Hi everyone. Today we're going to talk about the angels and their ministry. On one occasion, a woman was heading downtown to run some errands after taking the bus for a while. She noticed that no one was sitting in the seat next to her, even though the bus was full. She began to look at herself. The seat was dirty. Maybe the people smelled unpleasant smell. She did her errand and forgot about it. After a week, she met another sister who asked her sister who was that person who was with her a few days ago on the bus. When she was going downtown, the woman was surprised at her memory and remembered that on that occasion she was alone. She could do nothing but cry and glorify God because she understood that He had placed an angel to take care of her in the most difficult moments of your life. People can appear and help you out of the difficulty without identifying themselves. Most likely, there are angels. Now let's study their nature. They are created beings. They were created by God out of nothing. It is not known when this happened, but it possibly dates back long before the creation of the universe. Job book chapter 38 and verse 7. Colossians chapter 1 verse 16. Psalm 148 verse 2 and 5. Revelation chapter 22 verse 8 and 9. The Bible mentions the rebellion of the angels in heaven. Ezekiel chapter 28 and 12 to 19. Isaiah chapter 14 verse 12 and 17. How you feel from heaven, Lucifer, son of the morning, cut down to the ground, you who weakened the nations, you who said in your heart to ascend to heaven, high above the stars of God. I will raise my throne and sit on the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. They are not sexual beings. When the description of an angel appears in the Bible, usually the figure is a male. Angels are sexual beings. Do not multiply. They do not marry or have children. Matthew chapter 22 verse 13. Luke chapter 13 verse 34 and 35. Our spirits, angels, unlike men, are not limited by physical or natural conditions. Angels are invisible to the human eye, but can materialize and take human form. Hebrews chapter 1 verse 14. Genesis chapter 19 from 1 to 13 are numerous. The number is not known, but it's a very high number in Matthew 26 and chapter 53. It speaks of 12 legions of angels in Luke 2 chapter 13. It says many thousands of angels, and in Daniel chapter 7 verse 10, thousands of thousands and millions of millions. Angels classifications. Cherubim, plural of the Hebrew cherub, seem to be the angelic beings of the highest class or category. They are described with faces of a lion, man, or an eagle. This represents the perfection of the creatures, the vigor of a lion, the human intelligence, the speed of the eagle, and the service of biblical and systematic theology of permanence. Genesis chapter 3 verse 24. Ezekiel chapter 1 from 5 to 14. Ezekiel 28 from 12 to 17. Exodus chapter 25 and verse 17 to 22. Its main purpose could be summarized in this way: they proclaim and protect the glorious presence of God, His sovereignty, and His holiness. Seraphim means those who burn, gives us the idea that they are closer to God and love Him with all their being. Isaiah chapter 6 verse 2. It is possible that they refer to their fragrant devotion to God rather than to their external ministry, or Eller considers that they are evidently represented with human form, since it speaks of expensive hands and parties. Each of them has 6 wings. The symbolism of their appearances is very simple. With 2 wings, they cover their face to indicate that not even the highest spirits can bear the total vision of divine glory. With 2 more, they cover their feet to symbolize their reverence, show the hesitation of setting foot on holy ground without being invited, and with 2 more rooms, they fly, which expresses the promptness with which they execute divine orders. It seems that seraphim remain in the air of both sides of the throne of Yahweh. They gave voices to each other, and in antiphonal choir, saying, "Holy, holy, Yahweh of hosts, the whole earth is full of His glory." Light seraphim are a type of beings, angelic ones, that carry out a kind of priesthood for God. Their purpose is to show the holiness of Yahweh and His ethical transcendence. I am guardian archangels. Among the archangels are Michael and Gabriel. Jude 9, Revelation 12 and verse 7. Michael is the guardian angel of the Israelites. Gabriel occupies the prominent position because he is granted the privilege of giving message from God. Daniel chapter 9 and verse 21. Luke chapter 1 and verse 19 and 7 and 26. Of principalities and powers, it is believed that the princes are principal angels of each city, because in Daniel, Michael is spoken of as the Prince of Israel. The powers can be angels of a less height hierarchy than the previous one. Romans 8, verse 38. Ephesians chapter 1, verse 21. Ephesians 3, chapter 10. The angel of Yahweh. These pressures used in the Old Testament, when it is used the most, understand that it refers to the Lord Jesus Christ, to these manifestations. Theology calls them theophanies. If you study carefully, you will know that this angel is the one who receives worship. Ministry of angels, ministering to serve. Hebrews chapter 1, verse 41. Verse 14. Protect and care. Psalms 91 and verse 12 are guardians and judges. Genesis 3, verse 24, Numbers 22 to 27. Matthew 13, verse 39. Matthew 41 and 49. Of leading men to God when they die is one of the greatest joys of the believer. When you die, led by angels to heaven. Luke 16 and 22. Messenger. The word angel means messenger. Through the angels, God has sent many revelations to men. Among them, we find the announcement of the birth of John. Luke 1, 12 to 20. and the Messiah, Luke 1, verse 26 to 38. Bad angels are also called demons and are in the world to cause suffering and harm. See, some of them are in the physical world, and the most evil are in prison of darkness, reserved for the judgment of 2 Peter 2:4. I know their final destiny will be take of the fire that was prepared for them. Matthew 25 to 41. And Matthew chapter 12 to 46. This is the main exposition talking about the angels and some kinds of them. Thank you for sharing the video and give your like in this moment.